Nightmare 2. So this nightmare actually started off as a pretty good dream. I work at a movie theater, and it looked like we were actually opening up a new location. So we had our regular location and this new one, and I worked in both. So sometimes they had me going over to the newest one because I'm such a great manager, and and I was actually getting really close and getting to be pretty good friends with the general manager over there, the new location. Although that movie theater was very small and unique because it was just you could see that it wasn't made to be a movie theater. We were squashed between like a Radio Shack and an Auto Zone, and when you walked in, it had like that blue carpet that you would see at it, like in offices. The concession stand, the table was just kind of like a really long office table, and you could just tell that this theater was probably just a customer service place. And it was very small, so we only had two theaters, two auditoriums, and we could only show two movies at a time. But I was working really hard to make the place look good, to organize everything, to install everything that needed to be installed, and I was just trying to make the place, a better place. And as I was, finishing up for the day, I realized that I now all of a sudden I had two jobs, and so I was also managing a McDonald's. So I had to go drive to this other McDonald's, and after a full day's work, I was just exhausted. I got to the parking lot, had a couple minutes to spare, and I just kind of put my head on the on the steering wheel, just exhausted from working at the movie theater and thinking, man, I don't know if I can do this two job business at my age anymore. And so that I got my head up off the steering wheel. And I said, well, I got to go work. I got to make the money, got to provide for my family. And as I got out of the car and I started walking to the McDonald's, I was behind another place of business and about to get out into the open when I heard gunshots, and it sounded like machine guns. Um, I looked over and I saw three guys just shooting away, just shooting everyone in the parking lot, shooting everyone that were near the stores and the restaurants and everything, and they were coming my way. So, as I was about to react, I saw like four other people come where I was to hide behind this other place of business, and as as they were coming our way, we decided all to hide behind my car and be really quiet. They were about to pass our car, and one of the girls sneezed. I think there was like three girls and a guy there with me, and they, looked around trying to figure out where the sneeze came from, but then they kept walking on their way. And then one of the other girls started crying, and so then they really heard the cry and they started coming towards us, shooting up my car like crazy, putting bullet holes all over the place. And I knew that we were all going to die unless I did something because everybody else was too freaked out. I mean, I was freaked out too, but I knew I had to do something. So, where we were standing, right next to the median, instead of like a grassy area, it was just rocks. So I grabbed a bunch of rocks and just started chucking it at them as soon as they were close enough to the car, and hitting them in the head and the face and the chest, and they were kind of stunned. And as I started throwing rocks at them, I noticed the group of people that were hiding from me run the other way. And so I knew I had to keep them busy so they had enough time to get away. And as they got away, I grabbed another couple handfuls of rocks and started throwing it at them, and at the same time trying to get back into my car. So and then they shot me. There's too much going on and too much adrenaline for me to realize what was going on. But I know I got shot a few times before I was able to close the door and drive off. And as I started driving off, I could just everything was turning red. I could feel blood going into my eyes, and I could feel myself getting ready to pass out. And I was driving, trying to drive really fast, and the next thing I knew, I couldn't drive anymore, and I died.